Bismillah Rahman Rahim. Assalamu alaikum dear students. Our current session focuses on the objectives, syllabus and learning activities in Suggestopedia. I hope and expect by the end of this session you would have some knowledge of the objectives of Suggestopedia. You would also know what is the nature of the syllabus and what are the kind of learning activities that are used in Suggestopedia. Well, my dear students, as far as the objectives of Suggestopedia are concerned, they are to deliver advanced conversational proficiency quickly. Now, there are two important elements related to this. One, advanced conversational proficiency, that they should be able to have good level of proficiency when it comes to oral communication or interaction. And secondly, the objective is to bring this ability or to bring this proficiency quickly. It bases its learning claims on students' mastery of lists of vocabulary pairs. Basically, the tool that is used is the vocabulary pairs where L1 and L2 lexical items are paralleled. And it suggests to the students that it is appropriate that they set such goals for themselves. Lozenev emphasizes that increased memory power is not an isolated skill, but it is a result of positive, comprehensive stimulation of personality, and Suggestopedia focuses on improving this process of memorization of these of all these lists of vocabulary. As far as the nature of the syllabus is concerned, well, a Suggestopedia course lasts 30 days. It consists of 10 units of study, and classes are held for 4 hours a day, 6 days a week, ideally. The central focus of each unit is a dialogue consisting of 1,200 words or so with an accompanying vocabulary list and grammatical commentary. The dialogues are graded by lexis and grammar in terms of the difficulty and complexity level. Well, there is a pattern of work within each unit and a pattern of work for the whole course, which means each new unit relates to the previous unit and also gives way to the next unit. Unit study is organized around 3 days. Day 1, half a day, day 2, full day, and day 3 again, half a day. So if you look at the whole pattern of how the syllabus is to be used in this classroom, you would realize that unlike many other language teaching methods, Suggestopedia suggests a very rigorous, very precisely mentioned, calculatedly given system of how the syllabus is to be designed. On the first day of work on a new unit, the teacher discusses the general content. So the content is discussed, not the structure of the language that is used in that unit dialogue. The learners then receive the printed dialogue with a native language translation in a parallel column. So a comparison of L2 and L1 goes on. The teacher answers any questions of interest or concern about the dialogue, and the dialogue then is read a second and third time in ways to be discussed subsequently. This is the work for day 1, and actually this paves way for day 2. Day 2 and day 3 are spent in primary and secondary elaboration of the text. When it comes to primary elaboration, it consists of imitation, question and answer, reading, and so on of the dialogue and of the working with 150 new vocabulary items that are presented in this particular new unit. As far as the secondary elaboration is concerned, it involves encouraging students to make new combinations and new productions based on the dialogue. So, on level 2, on the primary elaboration level, the students would be able to identify certain lexical items with reference to, vocabulary, and they would add them to their knowledge. And on the third level, that is the secondary elaboration level, when they would reach this stage, what they would do is they would be able to make new combinations, and they would be able to use it in new ways. They would be able to produce new combinations. So a story or essay paralleling the dialogue is also read. The students engage in conversation and take small roles in response to the text that is read. So there is an active participation of the students. During the course, there are two opportunities for the generalization of the material. In the middle of the course, students are encouraged to practice the target language in a setting where it might be used, such as hotels or restaurants. So basically, they are provided with contextualized situations or settings in which that can be used. And on the last day, that is the third day of the course, it is devoted to the performance and every student participates. The students construct a play built on the material of the course. Roles and parts are planned, but students are expected to speak extempore rather than from the memorized lists. Now, this is a shift, what you need to notice. The initial focus on memorizing, on learning, rote learning the lists of words and their equivalents in L1, but at this stage, they are expected to speak spontaneously. Written texts are also given throughout the course, and these and the performance are reviewed on the final day of the course. As far as the learning activities that are used in Suggestopedia are concerned, well, learning activities used in the method include imitation, question and answer, and role play, which are not activities that other language teachers would consider to be out of the ordinary. So, in certain ways, the same kind of activities are used that other teachers would also use. The type of activities that are more original to Suggestopedia are the listening activities, which concern the text and text vocabulary of each unit. These activities are typically part of the pre-session phase, which takes place on the first day when a new unit is started by the students. The students first look at and then discuss a new text with the teacher. In the second reading, and because in Suggestopedia and in the syllabus of Suggestopedia, when the course is going on, one text is read repeatedly. So in the second reading, the students, they relax comfortably in reclining chairs and listen to the teacher reading the text in a certain way. So, Suggestopedia mainly focuses on the environment to conduct all the language learning activities.